All right, welcome everyone. Really excited to share an opportunity. We're here together to look at what we call the Aurum Foundation. And with that, if anyone else comes in, I appreciate Karina and Trilla to let them in. My name is Arif Gilany. I'm going to share a PowerPoint presentation with you based on my own experience. We are not financial advisors. I am actually a businessman. As you can see on the screen, I wrote a book called The Ministry of Miracles, The Art of Creative Thinking During COVID-19. Prior to that, we launched a luxury wellness brand called Camel Care. And this product is absolutely phenomenal. Everything we do, hopefully, is miraculous. And I'm looking forward to your feedback and helping you get started on this unique journey. But in the book, The Ministry of Miracles, we talk about a balanced life cycle of purposeful living that has many areas. As I was teaching a course based on this book, The Ministry of Miracles, one of my students, Mr. Hadi Mahochi, brought this opportunity of Forum Foundation my way. And most of the people that I teach this course were lacking a flat tire, if you will. The bottom of the cycle was flat for most people as the financial crisis that we are facing in Canada and across the world. So I want you to have an open mind, hopefully have a pen and paper. You're going to be an ambassador of this company as I decided to promote the company because I see such a great potential. A little bit of introduction about myself. For the last 30 years, I have been in a number of businesses, launched a lot of new businesses, none of them as exciting, as profitable as this one that we're going to talk about today. Many of you haven't heard about Camel Care either. We can talk about that, or you can check out our website into the future for health and wellness purposes as we're growing globally. But allow me to bring your attention to a book that I was reading on the plane right here called The Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kuhnman, who's a winner of the Nobel Prize of 2002. And in there, he talks about two-way system of thinking. System one is easy. We know and make decisions based on what we know in this world. We all make the connections. System two requires a little bit of due diligence, requires a little bit of thinking. For instance, on the very first page of the book, it shows an example of a picture of a woman that I'm going to put it to my camera. Hopefully you can see it. Now, if I was asking you, what's your take on this picture? You probably give me some feedback on how she's looking a little bit mad about something, but you could make conclusions on the picture that I presented to you, how she is looking or what's on her mind and all of these things. But if I were to ask you what's the answer to 17 times 24, you had to think, you had to maybe make some calculations, you had to use a little bit of a system two of your thinking to get the answer. Of course, within calculator or pen and paper, you'd be able to give me an answer. It is similar to the illustration I have on this presentation. It says more layer illusion. If I were to ask you which of the arrows was longer, you'd probably be able to tell me that the arrow in the middle is longer, while if you put a ruler into it, and you would see that both of these arrows are exactly the same length. So having an open mind is really important in this presentation today. I wanted to tell you about 4 requirements of success. One is a burning desire, meaning paying full attention to the presentation that's being done here today. I always had a burning desire to make more out of my life, make something maybe bigger than I thought was possible. Number 2 requirement of success is a willingness to learn, to pick up a pen and paper, to become a student of the business and to learn what is going on. I've been a lifetime student and I have learned a great deal that I'm going to share and impart with you. Number three requirement is the ability never to quit. I have been able to show up to meeting after meeting, and after that, I was convinced that this was absolutely a phenomenal company and phenomenal leadership, and all these three always were within me, besides number four, which was a proven success system. It is time to take your time and learn about this unique system that I'm going to share with you. So have an open mind and learn the details of this business opportunity. When I was a financial advisor formerly, I was teaching this chart based on cash flow quadrant book that Robert Kiyosaki wrote. It talks about four legal ways to make money. Number one is an employee who has a job based on the hourly position. They get paid a salary or hourly, and over 75 to 90% of population is an employee. Some people are self-employed, like a dentist, a doctor, a lawyer, a hairstylist. A dentist that sees one client a day makes less money than a doctor that sees five. So it depends on your own effort. Of course, the more you work, the more money you make based on self-employment status. Now, if you were a business owner, a system like a McDonald's that is global, or Tim Horton that is becoming global, I've seen it all over the world, is run by a bunch of people who basically run the system while the owner may be on a beach enjoying themselves. And the last way to make money is to become an investor. Now, most of the companies I contacted here in Dubai and in Saudi told me that if you had $1 million, we will become an investor. You'll be able to become an investor. While most people don't have $1 million, this company that I'm going to share with you give you a chance to start with a minimum amount and become an investor and potentially build yourself to $1 million. Now, here's the real statistics I was sharing that was scaring me. When I look at this chart, that out of 95 people, 100% of people reach age of 65, one would be wealthy, over 5 million. We know many of these people. And four would be financially independent, perhaps the business owners or investors who use specialty investor services. 41% of people in North America and globally would still be working at the age of 65, which is the time to enjoy your retirement. And 54 would be absolutely dead broke, meaning they had to continue to work after the age of so-called retirement. And the reason for this is, one, the banking system is outdated. Here I have a clip of Donald Trump that's changing the game as we speak. As of yesterday, he signed an executive order to change the banking system. So let's see what Donald has to say about the new banking system.
Today, I am making it official. Starting January 1st, 2026, the Nizara-Gesara framework goes into full effect. For too long, the American people and the people of the world have been trapped in a broken financial system, controlled by banks and manipulated by the elites. So that ends now. I can confirm that redemption centers have received their official notification and have accepted the Nizara-Gesara gold coin. This is no longer speculation. This is law. By signing this order, we are recognizing the coin as the foundation of the new financial era. It is gold-backed, incorruptible, and created for the people. The reset is coming, and nothing can stop it.
As you see, Donald Trump talking about a reset coming and nothing can stop it. And I believe we have the greatest opportunity in this new reset. But the reason for 95% of people for actually failing in this wonderful system or country that we're in is because they don't know how. And why most people don't make more money is because they lack the how to of making more money. But I personally believe success is a learnable skill that I'm going to prove to you that the opportunities are very favorable, even though the facts may be unfavorable currently. So the reason for this banking system that Donald Trump is talking about in Canada is actually this old banking system that is represented by these five major banks in Canada. So putting these into perspective, I like to introduce you to Aurum Neobank, which is a absolutely phenomenal, just about to be a fintech giant. I was brought this opportunity, as I mentioned to you, by my good friend Hadi Mahochi, who bought a bunch of these stocks, and he told me that based on us knowing each other and you being in financial services priorly, you will be able to actually have an understanding of this system that's run by robots. So he opened an account with me, helped me out, open an account. We put $130 worth of price of the socks that I sold to him that he takes to Japan. And over 5 weeks, this money grew to $500 and really got my attention. I learned about the product's life cycle. This chart that you see explains about any product life cycle. Aurum Foundation has not gone in this chart. This is a pre-launch, if you will, and we will talk about what happens on January 16th to 19th of 2026. And all of you who get in before we even step into this chart will have an advantage over the public. So welcome to Aurum Foundation pre-launch marketing offer. And you could give your family the gift of freedom. Financial freedom accounts could be opened up today and you could make money starting very tomorrow. With all of that said, I'm no longer a financial advisor, and any financial advice, any financial basically product may carry some risk, and the outcomes depend on your personal skills, market understanding, and risk tolerance. We always advise our colleagues and partners to do their own diligence, as I have done my own. So let's look at the history of money from the beginning till this very moment that we enjoy.
1871. The telegraph makes the first global money transfer possible. From coins and paper to signals and wires, money becomes speed. 1950. The first credit card is issued by Diners Club. No cash, no coins, just trust and a signature. Money becomes abstraction. 1973. SWIFT connects banks across the world not through gold, but through data. Money becomes protocol. 1994. The internet reaches the public. Newspapers mock it. Just a toy for students. Not serious. Not for the masses. But it was already rewriting the rules of the world. Now, it's 2025. Everything is digital. Data moves in milliseconds. AI drives decisions. Crypto flows 24/7. And yet, banks still run on logic from the 70s. Limits, delays, paperwork, freezes, fees. You wait 48 hours just to send $500. That's not banking. That's lag. That's why we built Aurum Neobank, a next-generation bank that merges algorithmic execution, crypto-native infrastructure, yield optimization, and fiat settlement into one intelligent loop.
Traditional banks, and some of the early crypto banks even, never solved the core problem. Money remained slow, stuck halfway between crypto and fiat, so we built something different. A fully automated system with a unified logic for moving crypto, fiat, and yield. Now, I personally believe money should move as freely as information across the internet.
That's why we launched Zeus, an AI-powered module that dynamically manages asset flows and continuously optimizes system performance. No lockups, no KYC, no delays. Every execution, every reward, every withdrawal is automated. You don't need to manage it. You just plug into a system that already works.
Now, what we've eliminated are the middlemen, the manual approvals, and the legacy friction. And what's left is a pure financial engine running at the speed of code. No static accounts, only a live cycle of income, spending, and growth. Your money should be fast, transparent, and always within reach. That's what Aurum Neobank is built for.
This isn't the future of banking. It's what banking should have been all along. No lines, no waiting, just profit, autonomy, control. Join Aurum. and stop using banks that were built for a different century.
With that, I wanted to introduce to all of you Mr. Brian Benson. I believe he's the Steve Jobs of financial services. Of course, he comes with a lot of experience, over 27 years of experience in crypto, blockchain, and fintech across the global markets. He is a mature man, and I'm so proud to be associated with this gentleman because I've done a lot of research, and I encourage you all to watch his videos on YouTube. There's a lot of interviews that we're going to put in the chat box. You can watch, you can do your own research. But Brian has a mission with this company, and he's been going around the globe and basically building momentum for us that are here, that are in the pre-launch phase. He spoke at Token for 2049 in Singapore that had Donald Trump's sons in there, and the ticket to get into this Token 2049 was about $1,000 just to get in. Brian was currently, or in December, in Argentina, in South America. He also was in Europe. He is living in a suitcase and promoting this company because he has a mission. He made lots of money in Binance, and Binance is a China-based company out of Hong Kong. He was the second man in charge of expansion, but here in Aurum Neobank, he becomes the president, the CEO, and he has a mission that I'd like to share with you.
We're on a mission to create 1,000 millionaires that don't have $1 million today. So if we can come up with a system whereby there's hundreds of thousands of people in there, but 1,000 of these people turn into millionaires, then those assets are inside of our platform. That turns us into a unicorn right away. And so that's really the goal that I have as an executive at the company is how do we get people that don't have $1 million today to get them to $1 million through saving, through yield-bearing assets, through compounding interest, through a lot of these things that have been around for a long time, but that not everyone in the world uses. And these are tools that are super important to get us there. So that's how we're measuring it internally is if we can get to the point where we have 1,000 people that have become millionaires through our system and through working with our products, then that gets us really close to the unicorn valuation. And we want to be a fintech unicorn. I think Binance was the fastest fintech unicorn ever in the history. I think it took less than 6 months. We used to have a slide about that in our pitch deck. So I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I've been involved in one of the fastest growing fintech unicorns in the world, and I think what we have in Aurum is actually very similar to when I started at Binance.
What gives me the confidence about Brian Benson that he's done this before? He actually made 1,000 millionaires in the Binance system, and now he has a new mission. He was currently on the O Show with Wendy O, and the same question was asked in a different frame. So I am trying here to give you enough information to make an intelligent decision at the end of this presentation for you and your family. So let's see what he said in the interview.
Part of building an AI first financial product. I think it's just like any innovation where we're breaking ground in sort of a new industry and in a new field or a new specialty within the finance field. And so along with that come all the obvious struggles of there's people that don't do the right thing, that pretend that they are. There's a lot of fake noise out there, I think. And so for people to be able to 1,000 millionaires that have earned that through our platform, I feel like that's going to be a job well done. So yeah, we want to create 1,000 millionaires. I absolutely love that. We ended up 6, and we haven't even launched yet. So January is our official launch, and we've already 5 or 6 that have already made more than $1 million through our platform.
As you heard it, Brian just mentioned that this is the pre-launch, and his mission, again repeated in every interview, is to build 1,000 millionaires. And Forbes magazine has taken notice of what Brian is doing, and they said that this is the new infrastructure of global finance. And he is also a writer on the Forbes magazine's Financial Council, and lots of articles on the Forbes magazine about what's happening. But this is not enough. I had to do my own research. Here I went to Dubai, met with Ahmad Zan, who is the marketing director. Here's me and my partners in Camel business. We went there, met with him, and spent hours and hours interviewing, digging in his brain to see what the mission is. And I found out that he said that I'm an employee. I work for the company, so I cannot be a promoter. By the way, we do not work for the company. We're just customers who love what we do and what they do, and we promote it to our friends and family. We have built so far in the last 4 months a global team, just like Ahmad Zen. He said that my mother is 77 years old and she has an account with $50,000, and she's using this card to make all of the purchases that she needs. And that way he can be a part of the marketing through his mother and also be an executive with the company. So first customers that I reached out were my sisters in Sweden. Some of you know my family in Iran, all over the world. And we have a big network just like Ahmad Zen, and we have them all here because of the belief. Now, what's the product of this company? The first product is what's called an EXAI bot. It's a robot that does trading that's overseen by 35 of the world's experts in fintech. And if something that out of this world happened, this robot could be turned off and it could be turned on. Again, it's a combination of AI and human touch. So far in this robot, there's over 56 million US dollars being basically traded every single day, and the results since the beginning launch has been 538% on the money. It has never lost money as I go through my presentation. But here's the beautiful thing about this system and this bot. Since the beginning in 2023, it was available only to millionaires and specialty basically investors. In 2025, they decided to go public, and to go public, you need thousands of users, and therefore they opened up this system to help us all start with as little as $100 to $200. If that was your decision to start it, you would get 10.5% of whatever the robot makes. Now, the company would make 17.5%, or the robot. The company always makes money, so if they give away 10.5%, they would keep 7%. If someone decides that this is the right place, I like to put $249. These are not packages. These are just thresholds of investment. Standard package or a threshold is between $249 and $999. My first investment, just try out, is $131. So I fell on the basic, and from there it grew to standard, and I've added some more money. Right now I enjoy luxury, which is at the second from the bottom, is 15.5% on. The robot still makes more money for the company. They keep 10% and they give us 90% of the profits. The ultimate package or threshold is between 50 and plus $1,000, which Ahmad Zan is basically at that max, his mother, if you will, and it gets 16.6% of the profits of daily. Now, here's an example before I get into the business. Was started in April 10th of 2025, and in 5 weeks, $10,000 investment had grown to $12,360. As you can see, in short weeks, that's 23% in 5 weeks. Now, the person who had this account turned on the reinvestment using the power of compound interest. So from April 10th to June 24th, this account had grown to $15,514, which is 55%. Now, this beats gold, this beats real estate, this beats any other investment that in the last 3 decades of my life in Canada I have experienced. 12 weeks basically gone into this account from April 10 to July 10. The account had grown to $17,471, which is 74% return on the money. 16 weeks later, from April 10th to August 10th, which is the day that I heard about this opportunity, this particular account had produced about 103%. Friends, these are not fictional numbers. These are real numbers, all verifiable. Tomorrow, same time on a Zoom link, you will hear a presentation. But the second product that I'm using is this crypto credit card Visa. And Visa does their due diligence. They perhaps checked all of the books with the company, the licensing and everything else, and you can spend your profits only. This is the only credit card that does not send you a bill at the end of the month to see how much you owe the bank. Here you use your own credit card to spend your profit, and I have been doing it for the last 3 months that I'm going to share with you. Here is a digital version of it. Hadi Mahochi, who is the person who introduced me, is using in Montreal to buy some food, if you will. So let's watch this credit card in action in a digital version.
Merci, Aurum.
As simple as that, you could use, and once you qualify to get this card, which is a threshold of $3,000 in the butt, makes enough money for you to be able to use it. Now, I had to do a cash withdrawal. I wasn't satisfied with this. I was in Saudi last month and I went to the bank.
Card work in Saudi, let's try it. This is the Aurum Visa. All right, thank you. English. Cash withdrawal. Credit. Let's take out other amount. 100. Yes. Please remove your cards. And please remove your cash. You can have one too.
As you can see, this card comes in two versions. One's the digital that's available for download right away, and the physical card, either you could pick it up or also be shipped to you. And major cards are basically sold out, thousands of these, and new wave of these products. This Visa card, physical card, is coming on January 16th, that the company will be officially public. But that's not really the end of it. There's some further products that are coming up that I haven't used, but they are available right now. One of them is this unique POS that you could accept cryptocurrency and also the fiat money, the paper money. This is going to be available globally again on the 16th of January 2026 as the company goes public. In the middle, you see the ATM machines, and this is also being launched in 2026, and people can withdraw cryptocurrency with this card or deposit fiat paper money to turn it into crypto. This is an incredible opportunity for those of us who are here to be able to introduce merchants to this Aurum ATM machines and these machines that are POS purchase, basically point of sale. All of this is updated on Telegram. As you see on the right hand side, you can see all of the transactions, but that's not even where it ends. This company has some unique products, and the AXAI bot is only one of them This is a second one. It's called Zeus's AI. This uses cryptocurrency to trade. So let's say your Bitcoin is performing at whatever speed or going up or rising or down. This is a place that you can park it. And in addition to rise in your value of cryptocurrencies, you can make up to 10 to 15%. Some of these names I didn't even know about. I'm not jaded. I never was in cryptocurrency, but currently I own some Bitcoin because some of our colleagues, Alf may be in the room right now. I don't see it, but he has some Bitcoin in there. And thanks to Alf, I have in my portfolio some Bitcoin. Every day I see deposits coming in. So those of you who are more familiar, like Trula, who knows about this cryptocurrency, this is an opportunity that you can take to the people who are familiar. Now,
hello to this quick little
this
video.
presentation has a lot of videos because I wanted to give you enough evidence to make an intelligent decision. But the good news is every single person that has activated this account has made money since the beginning of 2023. This is one of the first millionaires that Brian Benson mentioned. There's about 6 people who already made $1 million over the last 9 months in the company, and he is funding his family, his wife's account to They Love Horses. So let's hear what Tom has done with his account.
Hello to this quick little video. I was asked a couple of times to showcase an account and the performance, and I will do so based on our family account for Lucy. This is the dashboard. What the dashboard is telling us, the last 7 days were the profit $922. Right now the balance is $265, which I can take out. And let's dive right into the product. So we go to financial proposals and then to the number one product in the company, the XAI bot, running for more than 4 years and performing simply crazy. What it shows us is where we are in when it comes to the tier level of the product. And you see, this is treated as luxury, which means the moment $25,000 or more are in, you are getting 90% of the daily profit yourself, while the company keeps 10% for them. And the net amount based on these 4 years history is roughly 15.191%. Last month, it even made 17%. So this is an average and it cannot predict the future. And the entire video is no financial advice. It is just showcasing our story, our experience. And you please all do your own due diligence and only use money which you can afford to lose, because everything in life comes with risk. Let's scroll a bit more down and we see the full history. So this account was activated in March 17, $25,000. It's not set to reinvest, so I'm not making use here of the compounding, which I'm going to do in the moment when I have fully recovered this amount back to my wallet. As of now, you can see $14,444 is already earned in profit, which is in almost exactly 3 months. Not that bad. So I would say another month, another 5 weeks, probably 6 weeks, the $25,000 are returned to our wallet. And then I will start to compound. That's our strategy in this particular account. In other accounts, I do compounding from scratch. Okay, let's see the daily earnings going to finance, because the company is really providing all these for your filings for whatever you like to do. And also keep in mind, this is not making use of any affiliates. This is client account, and the company has not even 1/3 of the users also making use of the affiliate program. We have so many institutional investors and big companies and venture capitalists being in. So this is just a pure end user product, which I love too much. And here we see all our booking, transaction, filings, you name it. And let me go to the entire scenario. You have a filter option. What I'm going to do is I go all the way to page number 9, which brings me to the start. And you see again down below, 17th of March, $25,000 I put in. And now you see the daily results, 202 on the first day, 69 only on the second day, 175 on the third day. And then you can see a 230, 205, and so on. it's $55 because it's real trading. This is how it works. And then you see from time to time the green and the red numbers. Here we are. And this is actually your daily profit will be booked in your trading account within your dashboard. So whenever you are feeling now it's time to take it out or to make use of it for another account or for reinvest, you are simply with one click free of charge and in real time bringing it up to your main balance. This has happened first time March 24th with an amount of 1,167. And right after, you can see it, actually 2 minutes after, I have make a withdrawal of the same amount. This is a red figure, which came then to, in my case, my Tangent wallet where I keep it. Because this is Lucy's account, it's a horse riding, it's a show jumping account because it's a very expensive hobby. All the horse dads know what I'm talking about. So I actually let Aurum pay for this expensive hobby in order to have her another horse soon. And this you can see now all the way every day. I go back, you can see again. This is a profit 265 of yesterday, 142 day before, 102.22, and then again the two numbers 1100 book to the main volume, 1100 get out to my wallet. This is how it looks like. I will do more videos showing other numbers, bigger numbers, smaller numbers, but just to get an idea, it's very transparent, it's performing well. But again, you'd use a due diligence and put whatever makes sense for you and try this beautiful Aurum ecosystem, which not even has officially started. Take good care. All the best.
Again, as I mentioned, Tom is one of the first millionaires in the company. He actually has made over $1 million since March of 2025 in this company. And this is just one of the accounts that he opened up for his wife to be able to enjoy horse riding, which she means to do. And how do you get into this company? It's really simple. You get an invitation link from the person who invited you here, and you pay a $19.99 for the whole year to have this robot and this ecosystem working for you. And you can use the account to see daily results. Should you decide to do it tonight, tomorrow you should be able to see your first. And this is like a membership to a gym. I call it 4 cups of coffee. If you go to Tim Hortons, you probably spend more than $99 in buying a couple of coffees for you and your friends. I don't treat this like a $20 business because it's a $1 million business, and this is how you get registered from the beginning.
Today we will show you how to register your account to start investing with Aurum. First of all, input your email address. Secondly, input your phone number. Then, create a password. It should meet the requirements listed below the field. Last but not least, enter your invite code. Press the continue button. You just finished your first step of registration. Now, input your first and last name and choose a username. After that, input your date of birth. Select your country. Be sure to check the terms of use checkbox. Almost there. Press the sign up button. Now, check your inbox. You should get a message from Aurum with the code needed for email verification. Enter the code, press the confirm button, and congratulations. Your account has been successfully created. Thank you for your time.
As simple as that. You could open up your own account following those instructions, and we have step-by-step instructions created. So
Hi, everyone. It's Brandon.
allow me to share with you a latest video that I just received from Aurum CEO Brian Benson just today. And the first one is about the year that just passed before launch. And let's watch Brian.
Hi, everyone. It's Brian Benson here. Happy New Year. I hope everyone's off to a good start this year. I know our business at Aurum sure is off to a great start this year. We had a lot of momentum coming into the end of 2025, and that has continued to build even in the last few days. And with that growth, which was obviously way more than what we had expected, we have been able to sustain that growth and to scale and to build infrastructure behind the scenes that's going to handle this and much, much more growth in the future. So over the coming days and weeks, you're going to see us upgrading the infrastructure behind a lot of the transactions that are happening on the platform. And this is a wonderful thing for us because it signals growth. It signals that we have a product market fit. We're over 50,000 users now and growing really, really rapidly.
So when I started with this company in August 11th of 2025, there was only 25 users. And in the last 4 months, as you see, it has doubled to 50,000 people globally. This is the second video that Brian sent out today to the leaders of this company. Let's see what he says about the future of this
This
company.
is an exciting time for Aurum. 2026 is going to be the year where we scale, where we grow this thing into a monster. And FinTech 2026 is going to have us written all over it. So Aurum AI Finance, we're here to stay. We're upgrading our backbone, our infrastructure to make sure that we can handle the next spurt of growth. So thank you to everyone that's been a part of this. Thank you for your hard work, for your trust. We don't take that lightly. We're very honored to be on this journey with you guys. And to all of those that are in at this point and are leaders and are participating in the business, we're in a very special position. So thank you. Happy New Year. Excited to be part of this. Let's go, and we'll see you all in Dubai. Thank you.
As I mentioned before, what I love about this company is really leadership. Leadership has always attracted me, and Brian Benson is one of the greatest leaders that I have met in the last year. The goal in 2026 is to take that 50,000 of 2025 and run it into 1 million users, and every single person that's put money on this system has made money from day one. We have really one job, is to find customers as promoters, and anybody can become a customer. The person next to you, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, just like I started with my own family, are all right now customers. And if you decide to become a promoter or a customer finder, as my Irish mentor says, there's a different opportunity. But here is the summary of what we talked about. Aurum Global Launch is happening on January 16 to 19 of 2026 in Dubai, and you still have a chance to win a spot to go into there. Over 300 people have won the spot to go here. Since the beginning, this monthly return has been for 17.47, and this is an updated. As I mentioned, there's over 56 million US dollars being traded. Dear friends. And with that, I will come to the end of this part of the presentation, and I'd like to thank you all for your attention. I'm going to stop right now and go into the next section that's talking about how to promote this company. So thank you very much for your time, and that's the end of product use and contribution to your account and your own personal